Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, or wherever you live. My name is Walt, and today we are going to be talking about Miss Pauling. From the TF2 comics to TF2 animations, Miss Pauling is one of the most well-known faces of the game. But from her appearing on comics to her giving you dirty contracts to do, we really don't know much about Miss Pauling. Who is she? What's her backstory? Many questions are left unanswered from our mysterious assistant, so that's why today I will be discussing the history about Miss Pauling. So please, have a seat and grab some popcorn because today we will uncover some interesting facts about Miss Pauling. Enjoy. On December 9th of 2009, the War Update was released, and this is where the first appearances of Miss Pauling came to be. 7 years ago, Miss Pauling was a very unpopular side character, who seemed to be just a simple assistant to the administrator. Something that is really eye-catching as you read through this comic is that Miss Pauling's own name was never mentioned until the very end of the comic, when the administrator said, "Pauling, kill the feed please." Ooh. Spooky. After the War Update, there were 2 years of complete silence of no Miss Pauling, but after those 2 years she had a major role in the Director's comic, which was released on the very first Saxy Awards in 2011. In this comic we can clearly see that Miss Pauling wasn't simply just a normal assistant. In the comic, Miss Pauling was eventually ordered to kill a movie director who was pestering the 9 mercenaries. This act of unlawful justice would shape the personality of Miss Pauling we know today. Fast forwarding another 2 years, after receiving more minor roles in the Christmas updates, the Pyro update, and the MVM update, the TF2 community started to realize Miss Pauling's presence during her very first lead role in issue 1 of Manco No More, which still isn't done yet. What we currently know from the comic is that Miss Pauling is responsible for bringing back the mercenaries together in order to obtain the last cache of Australium for the administrator. However, in 2014, the world finally witnessed Miss Pauling in action in the Source filmmaker short Expiration Date. There was actual speculation whether or not Miss Pauling was going to be a 10th class in Team Fortress 2, and while I was kinda in that hype train as well, it never happened. Moving right along to just last year, Miss Pauling got her first in-game appearance on July 2nd of 2015, when the Gunmetal update was released. Her task was to give TF2 players contracts to fulfill in exchange for shiny in-game skins.
I made some calls and got you one of the big contracts. I don't give these out every day, so don't screw it up, alright?
And her contract mania would soon continue all the way to the Tough Break update, the very last update before the Meet Your Match update was released. In conclusion, Miss Pauling is practically the most well-known side character in TF2 next to Saxton Hale. She went from an unimportant side character 7 years ago to a very important figure of the game who only has 1 day off work a year. And there you have it, folks. That ends part 1 of our history series. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feedback is always appreciated. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I will see you in the next video. And yeah, peace out.